ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Marsha with Marsha. My name is Marsha, and I came on here because it was several things that I've been thinking about all day that I wanted to do a video about, but I can't even think of what they were 100%. So I'm just going to think and talk about what else is on my mind right now that I also kind of mentioned throughout the day to myself. And one of the things that I may be taking my time to talk, that you may see me taking my time to talk, because I have a very bad grinding problem, which I think I said this in one of my videos. Going to the dentist recently, she acknowledged that, hey, you grind extremely bad, to the point where you may need caps on your teeth by the time you're 50. Your teeth are shorter than they're supposed to be. And she said cosmetically it may look good and everything, but that grinding is really, really bad, and we kind of want to get to where that issue is coming from, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to tell you the whole now, but part of me feels like, it has to do with my anxiety, my nerves, because I'm used to, I'm catching myself right now. It almost feels like my mouth is vibrating because I am consciously trying not to just naturally grind my teeth. I'm so used to just grinding. I don't just grind while I'm asleep. I grind woke, doing something, thinking, busy. Because I told you, my mind races and I'm always thinking. So sometimes, my teeth are grinding without even thinking about it. And so now I'm consciously trying to cause myself not to do that. But I came on here because I was thinking about just last year, just reflecting, right? And it's Mother's Day weekend this weekend. On Sunday, it will be Mother's Day. And I'm just thinking about how I expected my experience to be for my first Mother's Day last year and for my second Mother's Day this year. Well, the first Mother's Day, I was pregnant. I don't know if that one counts. But that was before Messiah was here. But when he was actually alive and well, having a child of my own on this earth last year. But people used to tell me Happy Mother's Day, like I said in a video before I was even a mother, because I was always taking care of somebody's child. Not just, there were several children. Sorry, y'all, police. But there were several children that, I was very involved in their lives, taking care of them, or being, a present active figure in their lives. So people would just be like, Happy Mother's Day. They always saw me as a mother. But on my first Mother's Day last year, right, I was going through a very, very hard time because a situation, relationship, whatever situation had just ended. And I think it ended 3 weeks prior to Mother's Day. So 3 weeks prior to Mother's Day, this situation ended. I am a new mother, first time celebrating Mother's Day and actually being a mother. 3 weeks ago, this relationship thing ended. I have a child. At the time, he's only, I believe, 7. No, he just turned 8 months. So he just turned 8 months, a few days before Mother's Day. I have this 8-month-old baby. My relationship situation dynamic changed. And when people don't talk about this, they say, oh, divorce is the worst thing ever. Yeah, it's a serious thing. Well, I've never been divorced or married, but my point is relationships ending whenever you two live together, cohabitate, have had a family, child, the whole nine, and that whole thing end. Yeah, it's a big deal too, because it almost felt like a divorce. And I say that to myself. I don't know how other people feel about it. I don't really have many people to discuss it with, but I always say it feels like a divorce to me as well, because the tumultuous things that happened, the dynamics of everyone's relationship around me. At first, it seemed like everyone was nice and cool and cordial to me when the situation was, presently still active and going on. I felt like they, weren't against me or anything of that sort. When the relationship ended, whatever you want to call it. No, we're going to call it a relationship, because guess what? Yeah, back to what I'm saying. So, you're living together and all that. What do you call that? But yeah, when the I just don't want to be specific, because I don't want to point no fingers or, point nobody out. But when the relationship ended, right before Mother's Day, 3 weeks, I was a first-time mom, 8-month-old baby, in an apartment where it's I'm doing all of this and doing all of that. I ain't even gonna get into that, but y'all know what that means. And so basically, and my sister was living with me at the time, but she was going in and out of being in this area and to another area that she stays in, so she's not like as present as she once was. At first it was me and her everywhere. Everybody would be like, Bree and Shay, Bree and Shay, Bree and Shay, where Bree and Shay are? Bree and Shay coming. Like literally our names would not be said separately. It would be Bree and Shay because we would do or go everywhere together. But she got to a point where she was over the age of 18. She was grown. She wanted to do her own thing. I guess she wanted to spread her wings, not be so up under, you know, my wing and everything that I do and everywhere that I go. She wanted to live her own life, make her own choices, her own decisions, right? And so she began to do that. And as she began to do that, I'm this new mom, so I'm going through the phase of having to adjust my life, my career, my housing, whatever. Everything has to adjust for this child that I have, and everybody around me is adjusting. Relationships are changing, and things became very difficult because, like I said, it was almost like a divorce. This situation ended, this relationship, whatever, ended. I'm so used to saying situation, I'm sorry, but this relationship ended. I'm no longer living with this person. Now it's me and my child completely alone. My sister isn't there. My brother, he's almost like my right-hand man. He's not there either because he's at another place. I'm not going to get into all those details, but basically all of the people that I'm used to having help me, be my support, be around me, are not there. And it's just me and my child. And of course, you know, I'm responsible for this child. I had this child. That's my responsibility. It's always been my responsibility since day one. But it was great to have like some timey assistance where maybe they could hand me something, do something, you know, but for the most part, it always been me, right? And so it became very, very difficult around Mother's Day because not only am I facing this situation, like I'm sitting there having to face, did I make the right decision? Was this the decision that I really wanted to make? Am I happy with this decision? You know, like I didn't ask God, I didn't ask nobody for permission to end nothing. It's just like I got to a point where I wasn't happy. And I felt like the situation wasn't going to get any better. And even when circumstances changed, I saw that the situation didn't get better. So I told myself, no, I can't do this. And so it was just like, I know I have this baby. I don't want to be a single mother. I never in a million years imagined being a mother outside of marriage, number one. I already had to swallow my pride with that. I already had to kill everything in me that had embarrassment, had shame, had guilt, anything that was attached to the fact that I was having a child outside of marriage. People don't understand that because they're not me. They may not think like I do, feel like I do, etc. But me, my relationship with God, my own thoughts, I felt like, how could I have a child outside of marriage? Like finding out I was pregnant, it was like I was happy because it was like, oh my God, I'm going to have a child. I've always wanted to be a mother without a doubt, but never in those circumstances. So I already was like having to kill everything inside of me that felt some type of shame, embarrassment, or guilt attached to it. But then I was like, you know what? I don't care what nobody think or feel about me because at the end of the day, none of these people can speak on my situation when their situation isn't no better and they're no better. So I felt okay. I just had to make it like, if me and God okay with this, that's all that matters, right? And so I began to be cool with the situation or whatever. But then as situations progressed, I'm this new mom and I have this baby and I'm seeing that the relationship is not working out. I'm again having to kill everything inside of me that is saying more embarrassment, more shame, more guilt, because guess what? Now they're going to say, you're not even with the person you had a child with. You all couldn't even last a year. You all couldn't even last 2 years, 3 years. You know, people may break up when the child is young, maybe 3, 4, 5 or something of that sort. But it's like 8 months. Your baby just turned 8 months. Like not even walking yet. Your baby is babbling some, but you know, it's going to be hard. And I didn't even know how hard it would be 100% because I felt like, well, I'm doing it all on my own already. That's how I felt. I felt like everything was me already. So it's like, why do I need this person's help when I'm doing it all myself and don't feel like I have any help? I felt like it was all the pressure was on me. And so I just was like, you know what? I'm going to just do it. I'm already doing it alone. I might as well. And then I got into a place where it was like, not good. Like 3 weeks though, it was like my birthday trip was right after the situation, like 2 weeks after or a week after or something of that sort. And it was like, okay, went on my birthday trip. I was kind of happy for a minute because I'm like, oh, me and my baby had a little bit of fun out there. I was smaller then, you know, I didn't gain no weight. Like I was at a good size. I was happy with that, right? Because now, and I'm mentioning that because now, like I said in the last 3 videos ago or something, You know, I gained weight recently when I went to the doctors and I got on that scale, and I saw how much I weighed, and she was like, tell me what it says. You know, I was like, oh my God, like I never knew I was getting that big, never knew I weighed that much. And so the weight thing weighs on me because I've always been a person who I never really fluctuated weight too much. Like my weight, it would go up and down naturally as a human or a woman, but never 20 pounds bigger than what I weighed. I was always that same around weight. Like people would always know I was always like a medium size, my regular size. Like I was never small, skinny, bony, never big, never large, never extra large, pouring out of nothing, but just like a regular medium size, right? But then all of a sudden it's like I'm looking at the scale and I'm like, oh shucks, I'm big. And now that I look at pictures and I knew my face was getting bigger, I didn't even realize at the time, but it's like I thought that at one point, but that's besides the point. So the whole point is last year on Mother's Day, you know, my grandmother and my uncle, I end up going out with them. My uncle took us out and it was nice. It was great. It wasn't nothing drama, no problems, no issues, nothing. It was a good day, right? It was great. But I'm not going to lie, I felt a strong sense of sadness because I felt like the type of mother that I am, can't even say was, the type of mother that I am, I just felt like I should have been celebrated. Not saying from them, they did a great job because it's not their responsibility. And I'm so grateful that my grandmother and my uncle took me out, because it was like if they didn't, who would have celebrated me or took me out, or what would I have done? But I felt a great sense of sadness because I felt like the people who should have acknowledged me, who should have taken me out, who should have celebrated me, who should have loved on me, who should have encouraged me, who should have gave me, like, I'm like a word person, maybe because I write and all that, so I be expecting like paragraphs or like long words. So I wanted some sense of like gratitude, some sense of like, you're a great mother, you're a wonderful mother, thank you, like my son has an amazing mother. Or I wanted some sense of like feeling like, you know, I was this great mother. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like no one really acknowledged that. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I was going through my own thing with the relationship ending, of course I was hurt. Like, I'm human. I was hurt. And people may not think that because they don't know me. So they're just like, well, she's fine. She's still going out. She's still celebrating her birthday. She's not in the house just crying. Of course, I have to continue to live. But I'm the type of person where I deal with my feelings personally. And so you may not never know. And you might be like, and a lot of people consider me, because like even when I posted a picture before, I ain't got to get into details, but the person was kind of cropped out and people were like, oh, Shay probably did that. I think a lot of people think of me as like this person who can be like emotionless, or maybe they think it's like, I don't think they think I'm like mean, but like I'm like mean in a way. Like they think that I would show off like that or not do this, or I'm not trying to include a person or something of that sort, when that's far from the truth. Really, 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 I'm the type of person that likes to be inclusive. Really, I'm sweet. Really, I'm soft-hearted, the whole nine. But I just feel like the situation, the person wasn't allowing me the space and energy to do who I am. So with that, I had to be limited in what I could do. I didn't want to post everything and this and this and that because of the person, not me. Okay. But so my point of saying that is, around Mother's Day, I felt sad because I felt like the type of woman I am, the type of mother I am, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be appreciated. I deserve for people to say and show up for me. Like I'm thinking in my head, of course I live in fairy tale land sometimes, so I'm thinking like I should wake up to breakfast being made for me or delivered for me. I should wake up to someone saying, whatever you want today, I got you. Rub your feet, rub your back. I'm here. I'm holding your hand. Where you want to go, what you want to do. Let's eat here. Dinner is already planned. Like, because I'm that type of person, if it's your birthday, if it's a holiday, if it's an event, if it's anything for you, even this specific person that I'm thinking, I celebrated them on the days that I should have. And I would have celebrated them even more if they would have given me the opportunity. But because of who I am, again, I'm the type of person where I'll celebrate you. I'll go above and beyond for people. I don't mind paying for stuff. I'm not the type of person that hides my pockets, like when it comes to a man or when it comes to life or friends or family or anything like that. Like everybody knows, Marshay likes to get gifts. Marshay likes to celebrate you the whole nine. And so I just felt like, dang, like I was struggling to be this new mom, taking care of everything by myself, working, 9 to 5, and that's not normally me, and just adjusting to like life and that whole phase. And then this relationship is ending, right? And then this person is like trying to like embarrass me or pull shame to me, and I'm just like, dang, this is what I deserve. Like a mother who gets up every day and I work and I take care of my son and I don't go nowhere. Like when I say the first year of my son's life, The only 2 places I went outside of having my son with me was to 2 brunches for 2 birthday parties of family members who are close. Aside from that, I never went nowhere outside of my son. I mean, getting my hair done, I made sure my sister did my hair in false locks inside of my home, just so that, you know, I would not be outside of my child. Or I would wear a wig. Like, there would be nowhere that I wasn't getting no nails done. I wasn't at the bar. I wasn't at the club. I wasn't hanging out. And not to say like that makes me better than anyone else, but I'm just saying these are the sacrifices that I'm willing to make. Not that I was ever this big party girl anyway, but it's just like I would always go places with me, whether it was concerts, shows, events, things of that sort. Everything was pulled back. And I was either working or in the home with my child, maybe going out to get something to eat. But that's about it, right? And so a big part of me just felt like really sad last Mother's Day. Like I was there with my family eating and enjoying it because they took me out and they're nice and polite enough to even do that and offer for me to come. But inside, I was feeling very, very sad. Like I was feeling alone. I was feeling like, dang, I'm not being celebrated. The type of woman I am, mother I am. I'm like, I just needed, like, I want to say that Eddie energy. Eddie is this kid. I'll get into that later. But, like, I needed his energy. I needed him to lift me. I needed someone to, like, remind me who I was. Because it was just like, dang, like, I'm already feeling whatever from this relationship and the situation that's going on with Dad. And then it's just like, I'm feeling like with me as a mother, the type of woman I am, somebody should be like, you know, Marshay, like, I'm, like, even though nobody owes me that, I know nobody owes me that, right? And my son is the person that I'm taking care of, and he's too young to be like, Mama, thank you. He's a baby. He can't even talk, can't even walk, nothing. But I just felt like I should deserve some type of acknowledgement, because I sacrificed a lot. And people don't know that because I keep everything personally to myself. But I sacrificed a lot, did a lot, showed up for my child in plenty of ways, in every way that I can. There was, even in the hospital, I remember, like, giving birth to my son, and then I was trying to breastfeed my son, and I wear my natural nails, but sometimes my natural nails can get a bit long, and I remember, and they're messed up right now because I just had, you know, acrylic nails on. Them things tear your nails up. But even in the hospital, just giving birth to my son, and I was about to breastfeed, I was learning how to breastfeed, and as I was trying to cut my breast and put it in his mouth, they were like, you need to put your finger in his mouth, and they saw my nails, and they were like, you're gonna have to clip your nails. So I had a clipper in there. I believe it was in the diaper bag, or asked for one. And then I hold on, police, sorry. And then I clipped all of my nails off. I just clip like it was nothing. And the lady was like, oh my God, yes, you're ready to be a mother. Like, the sacrifice you just made that quick. You didn't even think twice about the decision. Like, oh, I need my nails. I want them to be long and pretty. You didn't think twice about it. You just clipped your nails for your son like it was nothing. And I'm like, of course. And so I'm just saying, from day one, I was willing to sacrifice for my son. Anything that I needed to, had to, whatever. My lifestyle, how I was used to living, changed. At first, I was just Lyft and Uber driver. Then I began to do Uber Eats because I'm like, I got to take my baby with me. I don't have nowhere to put my baby. I don't have nobody else. I don't want anyone else watching my child. I want to watch my own child. So I had to do Uber Eats, which was taking pay back. You know, I wasn't getting paid as much. And I'm sitting there like, but I still got to work to make some money to get these bills paid, take care of my child, and grinding, having my brother or sister ride with me, like I said in the video before, until I was able to find another job, which I was able to do kind of like part-time and then grind. And that was a whole, like, not even great thing either. I mean, it was great for the time, but basically, it was a lot going on. And Mother's Day, I was just like feeling like, dang, I feel like I deserve like flowers. I don't even like flowers or whatever. I mean, flowers are okay, but I'm just saying, like, whatever a woman is supposed to get on Mother's Day, like a gift, or I just felt like I deserved more. The type of woman I am, I always on Mother's Day gave my mother, my grandmothers gifts. I always made sure I acknowledged them, even young, having summer jobs, like, hey, we're going to do this, or I'm going to do that. You know, I've always been the type of person to, I feel in my heart, you know, try to show up for people. And my grandmother and my uncle definitely showed up for me. My immediate family definitely showed up for me. But what I'm saying is, it was other people who I just felt like I deserved more from. I had did more for. And I felt like the least they could do was, you know, show up for me in that extraordinary way when it came to Mother's Day. Because I'm a mother for real. Like, I'm not outside. I'm not twerking. I'm not partying. Not saying you can't twerk. I'm saying I'm not neglecting my son. Every time I get off of work, I go straight to my child. Every time I'm anywhere. You know, my child is with me. I'm not one of those mothers hanging without my child with me. So, you know, I just couldn't believe that that was my circumstances and that was my situation. I was just looking like, what is going on? Like, I just didn't feel celebrated enough. Even this year on my birthday, to be honest, again. That's why I always take myself out of town for my birthday every year, because I felt like I deserved more. You know, when I was younger, I would celebrate my birthday. I had a few parties or whatever, but it would always be something like, sometimes, not always, but sometimes it was like drama or confusion or little things that happened around my birthday where I didn't have the opportunity to be or celebrate on my birthday like I wanted to. And so growing up and becoming over the age of 21, I said I'm going to take myself out of town every year, because that way I love to go out of town. I love to travel. I get to do fun things while I'm out there. It's all about me. I don't have anyone saying, Marshay, can you? Or Shay, can you? I used to always say, I always felt like people were saying, Shay, can you do this? Shay, can you do that? Marshay, can you do this? And so as I've gotten a child now, people don't bother me as much, which is great. But before having my child, you know, and being grown, I was like, I'm gonna take myself out of town for my birthday every year, because nobody can ask me to do anything. It's all about me during that time. And I celebrate myself, but I just feel like this year, without me being, you know, available for everything that everybody asks, people didn't celebrate me as much. I noticed that. And I'm okay with that. And I just learned, like, great. That's why it's all about me and my son. My grandmother told me that, like, even when my son was born, she was like, it's about you and Messiah. You don't got to show up for nobody else. It's not about what they need, what they want. I get what you're saying, this and this and that. If you want to, cool. But you don't got to do it. And so having a child did teach me that. It taught me that boundary of, like, no, I got to do this for him, and I got to do what I got to do for me. So it's about me and him at this point. And I just feel like, you know, people could have said more, did more, because of who I've been, not who I am. Like, having a son, I've slowed down on how I show up for people. I don't have the energy, time, resources to be able to do everything that people want or need or ask of me, right? I don't have it no more. But because I don't have it no more like that, right, it makes me feel like, oh, is that why y'all, because I'm not doing as much as I used to do for everyone, is that why I didn't get celebrated on the level that I normally would? Like, normally I would be celebrated. Normally people would be like, hey, you know, acknowledging me more. And I just feel like, you know, I got a few acknowledgments from the immediate circle, but people ain't acknowledge me. Why? Because I'm not doing everything that they ask anymore, which is wonderful. And so back to the whole Mother's Day thing, I was sad. I was feeling like, dang, I'm like feeling like I just feel like I deserve this elaborate plan. I do. I feel like I deserve this elaborate celebration. I feel like I deserve this hoopla being surrounded around my name, and me being able to enjoy myself and go places and just be happy and feel relaxed that day. And that didn't happen my first Mother's Day. So, and my second Mother's Day, it is Friday. Today I'm leaving work. Don't know what my plans are. Ooh, girl, I look pregnant from that angle. Don't know what my plans are yet for actual Mother's Day, but we'll see as it comes. And if I don't go out anywhere, I'm at least probably take myself somewhere quick to eat, me and my child. But my whole point is, again, I just hope I don't feel like last year, where, because I'm still not completely like healed. Like I said this morning in my other video, you know, I'm healing. So because I'm healing, I hope that I'm able to be happy, relax, and enjoy myself on Mother's Day. You know, really, really relax, really, really enjoy myself and feel loved and feel celebrated, you know? But that's all I wanted to say. So if you have a mother, you have a sister, aunt, cousin, whoever you love, child's mother, girlfriend, whomever that's a mother, you know, acknowledge them this Mother's Day, celebrate them. And Father's Day, I feel the same way. Yes, acknowledge them, celebrate them. But yeah, acknowledge the people that show up for you, acknowledge the people that love on you, love on them, show up for them, and the best ways you know how, okay? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is Marshay with Marshay, and as always, I'll be back.